Good afternoon. As discussed in the lecture and in the textbook, there are three sociological perspectives: the functionalist, conflict, and interactionist. I really like the example in the lecture about the tinted glasses because that really emphasizes how we can all view the same object, that being society as a whole, but that there are different tints or different perspectives when analyzing society. I'm going to expound on the definitions of the sociological perspectives by actually borrowing one of the examples that was already provided in the textbook, and the hypothetical scenario that they evaluate has to do with analyzing social order. From the functionalist perspective, in regards to social order, the example that the book gives is that public punishments reinforce social order. So the functionalist perspective is macro-sociological and believes that every individual of a society has a specific role and function that contributes to the stability of society as a whole. The main idea is that in order for a society to function, there has to be cooperation and a general consensus amongst everyone because all the parts together make the whole. If there's instability at the individual level, that is, one part of the whole is dysfunctional, then there's going to be a domino effect that disrupts the entire society. The conflict perspective would say that, and this is a direct quote from the text, that laws enforce the positions of those in power. So the conflict perspective is also macro-sociological and focuses on tension between groups. So in this case, there are those who have power, who have the authority to make and impose laws, and are most likely going to construct laws that are in their favor. And then there's a group who lacks power to make the laws, but will be enforced to obey those laws. So there's a conflict between those making laws, who will never make a law that they wouldn't want to adhere to, and those who don't have a voice in lawmaking, but will be expected to maintain that same standard even if those laws go against their beliefs or against their desires. And the interactionist perspective says that, this is also a direct quote, that people respect laws or disobey them based on their own past experience. So the interactionist perspective is micro-sociological, and according to the text, it's more concerned with the mundane, daily aspects of life and everyday interactions that an individual might have, for example, with their parents or friends or teachers. The lecture kind of defines it more as being focused on the individual in regards to how the individual would feel about said topic. What does this mean to the individual? What is the individual's interpretation? So there's a significant focus being placed on the individual as opposed to the whole of society. So all three perspectives are pretty different, but they're equally interesting because they all are analyzing the same topic, that being society, but approaching it from different avenues.